here today with Annika Sörenstam. Annika needs no introduction. You're the greatest female golfer ever. And you've just done a presentation. I'd love to have you just share that story. Your dad really motivated you, something I hadn't heard before. What did he say to you that was one of the big motivating moments of your life?
I was about 14 or 15 years old, and you know, first of all, my dad is, you know, kind of a reserved, very supportive, loving, but low-key dad, you know, never pushy, but gave me the resources that he thought I needed to do what I wanted to do, and that was golf. And one day I'm out on the driving range hitting balls, and it started to rain, and didn't really feel like being out there, so I called him and I said, "Hey, Dad, can you pick me up?" He said, "Sure, I'll be there." He picked me up, put the clubs in the trunk, and we drove away. And when you drive away, you kind of go past the driving range, and my dad, you know, he looked over at me because we saw some kids hit balls on the range, still in the rain, and he said, "You know, Annika, I just want you to know there's no shortcut to success." And I knew then that he was so right, and you know, I was disappointed in myself that I wanted to go home because a few raindrops, and I realized, you know, if you're going to achieve something in your life, you have to work hard through tougher times, through rainy days, and I always tell people that, you know, next day is going to be sunny, and if you want to achieve your goals, you got to keep on working through thick and thin. So that was a lesson that my dad taught me early on, and I think it applies not just to golf, but to just things in general, and I always have that in the back of my mind as kind of my guiding light.
Speaking of, you know, young life and kind of influence, you're so comfortable now in front of the camera on stage. A few weeks ago I saw you at another event, and you're very comfortable speaking. And I heard a rumor, or I heard someone tell me that when you were younger, you would miss a shot just so you didn't have to speak at the end. Is that true?
Yeah, it's very much true, yes. I mean, I would say from nature, I'm a shy little girl from Sweden. And you know, I was even afraid to raise my hand in the classroom to answer a question, thinking if I was wrong, then all the kids would laugh at me. So I'd rather be quiet. And the same thing was on the golf course. We all know that if you win a golf tournament, you have to say a few words. And you know, the thought of standing in front of a crowd of people just scared me. So I said, maybe I should just finish second, because you still get a prize, but you don't have to say anything. So yes, I did some, I have some intentional 3-putts, chip and a putt, just some mistakes coming down the end just to make sure that I wouldn't have to give the winning speech. But you know, people always ask me, well, how did you learn, or how did you get, how did you solve that problem? And I said, well, what happened is my parents called, you know, one of the tournament directors for an upcoming event, because they saw something. There was a pattern there, and they would always ask me, you know, sitting in the car going home, you know, how did it feel? And you know, and I always felt a little guilty inside, because I knew that I could do better. I knew I could win. There was something else that was holding me back. And so when they called the tournament director, they had a little plot going. So the next tournament I played in, they asked the runner-up and the third place finishers to say something also. And you can imagine, you know, me standing up there feeling very comfortable, and all of a sudden getting asked to say a few words. And you know, the reaction at the time was, you know, I was terrified, and my heart was kind of like a cartoon character, you know, it just felt like it was just jumping out of my chest. But somehow I managed to say something, and then I realized that, you know what, this is really not that bad. And you know, if you're going to achieve your dreams, you got to face all the different fears that you had. And so I had to overcome that, and then, like I said, it was worth all the effort, all the time that I spent just to, you know, to say a few words.
Well, you seem fearless. I mean, 2003 you took on the men, and I understand you're doing that again?
I am doing that again, yes, in a little different setting. This is this summer at the American Century Championship, and it's a celebrity golf championship out in Lake Tahoe. It's our second home in Lake Tahoe. We always go to the tournament, so I've been a spectator there a few years. One year I played in the kind of in a pro-am setting with some of the celebrities, and they approached me and said, would you like to play? And so yeah, that is a big challenge for me nowadays. Yes, I will be playing from the men's tees against all these other celebrities, you know, actors, athletes, you name it. So I look forward to it.
Well, I just want to ask one other question, which is the importance of giving back. You really give back. I saw you doing an event for the Children's Hospital here a few weeks ago, your foundation work. Talk about the importance of giving back after you've been to the mountaintop, you've hit all the success, you have all these businesses going now, and yet giving back is so important to you.
Well, yeah, I mean, it is important to me. I never felt like that's something I had to do. On the contrary, I think it's just something I wanted to do, because without golf, I wouldn't be where I am today. I know it's just a sport, but this sport, I owe a lot to the sport, and really there's no better than golf. I try to inspire young girls to pick up the game, and if they play, let's stay in the game. It has so much to offer. I think it teaches you so much about life. So really trying to just inspire them by sharing stories. I mean, you know, coming from Sweden, you think of soccer, maybe you think of hockey, but you really don't think of golf. And here I am, and you know, got a scholarship at University of Arizona, and really pursuing my dream. And like I said, I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for golf. So if I can inspire a young girl to do the same and really be able to change your life towards the better, I mean, that's it doesn't get much better than that.
It doesn't get better, and you definitely stay with it. Whatever you do, you stay with it. So we're watching all of your different business and philanthropic interests with a keen eye to see where you're headed next. So thank you so much.
Well,
for
thank you
talking
very much.